I am Dr. W.B. Gunole from Kamala Nehru Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are discussing the heteropolyacids, and as we know, some complexes are there, the compounds are there. In case of polyacid, which contain some element like boron, phosphorus, arsenic, silicon, iodine, along with the oxides of the polyacids, and that is the along with the molybdenum oxide or tungsten oxide or the chromium oxide, oxygen and hydrogen. So and compound formed, such type of compound is known as the heteropolyacids, and the corresponding anion is known as the heteropolyanions. So detail about heteropolyanions we are discussing in today's part, and already we have seen what is the isopolyacids. In case of isopolyacid, the compounds of chromium, molybdenum, tungsten we have discussed, and also we have seen the structure of isopolyacid, which is having a tetrahedral unit and shared by the corners. So these are less stable. When the sharing is taking place through the faces or through the edges, then it is more stable. So in today's part we are discussing the preparation, properties and examples of heteropolyacids. So today's part is the heteropolyacids, and in this part we are discussing the structure of isopolyacids of molybdenum and the what is heteropolyacids and the structure of heteropolyacids. So here in this part already we have discussed the structure of the some chromium in case of isopolyacid, and now some important compounds are there of the molybdenum and which also form the isopolyacids. So as we know, molybdenum, tungsten, chromium forms different types of isopolyacids, and isopolyacid is the polymeric species which obtained is known as the isopolyacid, and the corresponding anion is known as the isopolyanions. So here the molybdenum and tungsten have the large size, and therefore they have coordination number 6. In case of chromium, we have seen the coordination number of chromium was the 4, and therefore they show tetrahedral unit. But in case of molybdenum and tungsten, they have large size, and because of that they have the coordination number 6. And because of 6, oxygen can associate with the molybdenum or tungsten without the sufficient repulsion. And there in this case molybdenum and tungsten has 6 coordination number, and therefore isopolyacids or anion of molybdenum and tungsten has octahedral unit, that is the MO6 or MOO6. In case of the isopolyacid or anion of the molybdenum, octahedral unit link to each other by sharing the edges, that is vertex, and not by the faces. So in case of this the octahedral unit of the molybdenum isopolyacid shared by the edges, and the structure is shown in that here. The structure is shown here. This is the structure of the molybdenum isopolyacids. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the, this is the octahedral unit, and this unit shared with the another through the edges. So here there is a edge sharing. So edge sharing is in the distorted octahedron in isopolyanion of molybdenum is shown in this figure. In this case, this is the long bridge bond, and this one is the short terminal bond, and here this solid circle is the molybdenum, hollow circle is the oxygen. So molybdenum oxide and the polyacids of the molybdenum, and structure of this compound is shown in this slide, and in this case the terminal molybdenum oxygen bonds are shorter, and the bridging molybdenum oxygen bonds are longer, and because of this larger bridge bond is there, the distance between the molybdenum is more. Due to the larger distance, repulsion between the two molybdenum is less, and therefore increases the stability of isopolyanion or acids. So because of the larger molybdenum metal bond, molybdenum bond, there is a less repulsion. In case of the edges sharing, number of oxygen reduces, and due to this repulsion between the O minus is less, oxygen. Hence, A sharing structure give more stability as compared to the sharing structure through the corner. So A sharing is more stable as compared to the sharing by the corners. The terminal oxygens are strongly pi bonded with the molybdenum, and therefore terminal molybdenum oxygen bonds are shorter. So this is the structure of isopolyacids of molybdenum. Now we are discussing what is meant by the heteropolyacids. So here heteropolyacids are the compound which contain one or more heteroatoms. So polyacids are their anions which contain one or two other hetero elements like boron, phosphorus, arsenic, silicon in addition to the chromium, molybdenum and tungsten. They are known as heteropolyacids, and corresponding anions are also known as the heteropolyanions. Example is the most important example here, which is proposed by the J.J. Berzelius. He has first of all reported the first heteropolyacid H3PMO12O40. This is the, in this case, heteroatom is phosphorus. Molybdenum is 12, oxygens are 40, and H3 are there. So this compound was first of all reported by the J.J. Berzelius is the name of scientist, and polymeric oxides of the molybdenum or tungsten which contain cavities, and these cavities are occupied by the oxides of the PO4 phosphate or silicate and heteroatoms in acidic medium. Phosphate, silicate enter in their cavities, or the borate also, phosphate, borate, silicate enter in these cavities, and the compound formed, which is known as the heteropolyacids, and corresponding anions are known as heteropolyanions. So heteropolyacids are those, or heteropolyanions are those in which these polymeric oxide of this molybdenum or tungsten have some cavities, and these cavities are occupied by the phosphate or silicate or the borate, and forming the compound which is known as the heteropolyacids, and corresponding anion are known as the heteropolyanions. And as we know, at least 35 elements are known which are capable of functioning as a heteroatom in the heteropolyacids, and the heteroatoms act as a central atom. In this case, heteroatom act as a central atom. So this is about the heteropolyacids. So the important species of the heteropolymolybdate are given here. The heteropolyacids of the molybdenum have 1:12 or 1:6 ratio of molybdenum to heteroatoms. So the ratio of heteroatom and the molybdenum is 1:12 or 1:6. So the ratio is there. This is the ratio generally commonly known, 1:12 and 1:6 ratio of heteroatom with the molybdenums are there. Therefore we can say that molybdenum 12 and 6 heteromolybdate are more common, and shown here in this table that what are the ratio is shown, and the heteroatom and molybdenum. So this is the ratio of heteroatom with the molybdenum. X is the heteroatom and molybdenum. This is 1 and this is 12, 1:12. In this case, H2MO. So heteroatom is 1 and molybdenums are 6. So 1:12 and 1:6 are the more common molybdate. And here heteroatoms is X, and generally the phosphorus, arsenic, silicon, tin, titanium are the examples. And here is shown their oxidation state 5, 4 like that. And here is also in case of anesthetic, in this case iron, aluminium, chromium, cerium, tellurium, iodine are the ions which are known as the heteroatom. And heteropolyc anion and formula is given here, Xn plus MO12O40. N is the charge on the heteroatom, and this is the example. This is general formula and example, PMO12O40. Another this 1:6 having the formula Xn plus MO6O24. Example is I is the heteroatom, I MO6O24. So their general formula and examples is also given. So there are two types of molybdate. 12 and 6, 1 is to 12 and 1 is to 6 ratio is there of the heteroatom with the molybdenum. Now in case of hetero-polyacids, and this table shows the ability of the central atom, that is heteroatom, in the hetero-polyacid, and shows that acid forming element as well as among the metal of the transition series. So the central atom is the heteroatom, and this table show from the group 1 is the hydrogen and copper is the central atom. In case of group 2, beryllium. In case of group 3, boron, aluminium, cerium. In case of group 4, here carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, titanium, zirconium, thorium. In case of 5, the elements are nitrogen, phosphor, arsenic, antimony, vanadium, niobium, tantalum. In group number 6, chromium, molybdenum, tungsten, uranium, sulfur, selenium, tellurium. Group number 7 have manganese, iodine, and number 8 have the iron, cobalt, nickel, rhodium, osmium, erbium, and platinum. These are the elements which act as a central atom in the hetero-polyacid, which is also known as the heteroatom. And here is shown what are the elements from different groups can form as act as a heteroatom in the hetero-polyacids. Next slide, this slide shows the preparation of hetero-polyacids. This is important, and in case of reaction is shown how they formed. So generally the hetero-polyacids and their anions are formed by varying the number of acid anhydride, that is oxides, molecule, and generally the tungsten oxide, molybdenum oxide, vanadium oxide with some acid which give us which act as a central atom ion and in the complex anion. The salt of polyacid are obtained by acidifying. Salt of polyacids are obtained by acidifying this solution to an appropriate hydrogen ion concentration. Different types of hetero-polyanions and their ions can be formed by taking the different ratio of acid anhydride molecule and such acid which give the central atom of the central ion. For example, here is given the hetero-polymolybdate and tungstate are formed when alkaline solution of normal molybdate or tungstate are acidified in the presence of phosphate, arsenate, silicate, borate, iodate, and tellurate ion. So it is shown, the reactions are shown here, how the molybdate or tungstate are acidified in the presence of these ions. So here phosphate and molybdate, molybdenum oxide in presence of acid, and we get this type of hetero-polyanion. So phosphorus is the heteroatom, molybdenum 12, O40, 3 minus, so 1 is to 12 ratio, and 12 water molecules are released. So another arsenate AsO4 3 minus react with the MoO4. This is the unit molybdenum oxide, molybdate, and in place of H plus ion forming this arsenic is the heteroatom and central atom, and then molybdenum 12 O40, 12 molecules are waters are released. We can also take SiO4 in this way. We can take in place of molybdenum tungsten oxide. In place of acid we get SiW12O40 4 minus 12H2O. So silicon is the central atom, heteroatom. We can also take borate. So in places of tungsten oxide 22H plus, and we get BWO11O40. 11 molecules of water get released. Telluride also we can take here with the molybdenum oxide 12H plus, and we get this type of hetero-polyanions. And iodide also we get this type. So in presence of these ions, we molybdate or tungstate are acidified, and we get the different hetero-polyacid. So this is the simple method of the preparation of hetero-polyacids and hetero-polyacids. So we can say that hetero-polymolybdate or tungstate are obtained by the alkaline solution of normal molybdate or tungstate, and which are acidified in the presence of phosphate, arsenate, silicate, borate, like that. So this is simple method of preparation of hetero-polyacids. Now these hetero-polyacids are generally extracted from the aqueous solution. Generally they also been extracted from the aqueous solution by using ether or ester. So the purification of this material is carried out by crystallization from water or any organic solvent. and these heteropolyacids are obtained, and during this process some precaution should have to be taken. So during the extraction of the heteropolyacid from aqueous solution of ether or ester, some precautions should have to be taken, and these precautions are given here. 4 precautions are there. Number 1 is the exact quantities of the acid anhydride molecule, exact quantity of acid anhydride molecule or the oxide molecule, and the acid which gives central atom of central ion must be taken. So exact quantity we have to take here. First precaution is anhydride or oxide of the molecule should and the acid which give the central atom, we have to take the exact quantities. So for exact quantity of anhydride and the acid should have to be, we have to take. Second point is the exact pH must be maintained. So this is another precaution. The pH should have to be maintained. The required pH to be maintained. Higher pH is avoided. And third important point is equilibrium has to be established, which is indicated by the fact that pH remain constant throughout the reaction. So reaction after reaching the equilibrium, then the pH to be remain constant throughout the reaction. So we have to check it. So this is another precaution. Number 4 is, in case of most of the heteropolyacids, they can be prepared at room temperature, because at high temperature evaporation and concentration causes the hydrolysis and change the pH of the solution. As we know, higher pH is to be avoided, because at a higher pH hydrolysis can take place, and therefore carry out the reaction at a particular required pH, and pH should be maintained. And therefore fourth important precaution is that during the preparation, generally these heteropolyacid are prepared at room temperature and at high temperature, because at high temperature evaporation and concentration causes the hydrolysis. So in that case there may be a chance of change of pH. So these are some precautions to extract the heteropolyacid from the aqueous solution of by the ethers or esters. The preparation of heteropolyacid belong to unsaturated series. It is difficult. Therefore these compounds are decomposed, and coordinate compounds of hydrolytic reactions with OH minus are there. So some important chemical reactions are there, these heteropolyacids, and the next table shows that important compounds and their formula of these heteropolyacids. So preparation of heteropolyacid and precaution to be taken during the preparation of heteropolyacid are given here. This table shows the important of the heteroatoms, and their formula is also shown. So this table gives the list of principal known species of heteromolybdate. So the table gives the list of principal known species of heteropolymolybdate. The heteropolystungustate are similar to heteropolymolybdate in their structure, but no reliable information is available about heteropolyvanadate. So there is no any important information about the heteropolyvanadate. So heteropolymolybdate are given here. Heteropolytungstate have similar, but there is no information about the heteropolyvanadate. So in this case, in case of heteropolyacid, the ratio are given 1:12 and 1:6 are the common, these two. But in addition to that, there are ratio 1:11, 1:10, 1:9, 2:8, 2:17, like that. And their principal heteroatoms are shown here: series A, phosphorus, arsenic, silicon, germanium, tin, zirconium, and in brackets shown their oxidation state. Series B, cerium, thorium, phosphorus, and their general formula is shown here: Xn plus AMO12 O40 8 minus N. This is another. In case of B series, AMO12, X is there. X is the heteroatom from the A series or B series, and formula is shown. In case of this ratio, this is the compound. This ratio, this is the general formula. In this case, the general formula. In case of 1:6, we have seen already the this and this one. because 1 and 12 and 1:6 are the common, and others are there. So there is a possibility of diabaric ion, and so this table shows what are the elements, principal heteroatom present in the heteropolyacids, and what should be their general typical formula. So shown here general formula of different types of ratio, and number of atoms are shown. This is the heteroatom and the molybdenum, this is shown. So 1:12 ratio is there, and in this way heteropolyacids are formed, and certain reactions are there of the heteropolyacids. And so again, now from this table we can say that this table shows that there are two types of 12 polyacids. One is a 12 polyacid of the type A. This type of heteropolyacids, and it's formed by phosphorus, arsenic, silicon, germanium, tin, chromium, and its general formula is shown: Xn plus molybdenum 12 O40 8 minus En. Second type is the polyacid type B. This type of heteropolyacids is formed by cerium, thorium, tin, and their general formula is Xn plus MO12 O42 12 minus En. So there are generally two types of 12 polyacids, and some important chemical reactions of these heteropolyacids are given here. And number one is the we can say that heteropolyacids are soluble in water. This is the one. Heteropolyacids are soluble in water and ether, and heteropoly molybdate and tungstate of the small alkali metal ions are water soluble, whereas the large metal ion are insoluble in water, and heteropolyacids of Pb2 plus, barium, cesium plus are insoluble in water. So most of the are soluble in water and ether. The heteropolyacids of Pb2 plus, barium and cesium are insoluble in water. So this is about the solubility of the heteropolyacids and their salt. Second important point is the heteropolyacids are generally attacked by the hydroxyl ion, and they get completely decomposed by the strong alkali. So here in case of strong alkali, these are the heteropolyacids. They react and forming this type of molybdenum oxide anhydrides, and this hydrogen phosphate and water molecules are released. In the similar way, this compound also react and forming tungsten oxide and the Fe2O3 ferric oxide, and the 9 water molecules are released. So generally they get decomposed by the strong alkali. So they are reacted with the hydroxyl ion. And third important reaction of heteropolyacid, this heteropolyacid shows isomorphism. In this compound, coordination of coordinating radical, that is anhydride of molybdenum, replaced by the tungsten oxide, and vice versa, like that. So without bringing any change in the crystalline form. In some cases, shape of the crystal is not changed, provided the basicity of the acid is maintained. Therefore, the example is shown here. Isomorphism are given. This is the compound H8SiMO2O7 plus W2O7. Remove this MO2O7 and plus this. So we obtain H8 similar compound Si, and here W2O7 6. So this MO2O7 is replaced by W2O7. So this is known as the isomorphism. Another example is shown here. H7PMO2O76. This is added and this is replaced again here. So this is added, and so there is no any change, only replacement is there, and so here they show the isomorphism. So this heteropolyacid also show isomorphism. And number 4 point is the heteropolyacid shows very high basicity, and therefore maximum permitted basicity is never reached. And number 5 is these heteropolyacids form insoluble precipitate with many complex organic compound, and albumin and various alkaloids are there. So these heteropolyacid forms insoluble precipitate with many complex organic compounds like albumin or various alkaloids. So these are some important chemical properties, some properties of the heteropolyacids. And so today we stop here, and in the next part we will discuss the theories of heteropolyacids, Rogeman theory, Pepper's theory, and the another theory is there. So the theories of heteropolyacid and the structure and bonding of heteropolyacid we will discuss in the next part. So in today's part we have seen what is heteropolyacids. In the beginning, the isopolyacids of molybdenum and the structure of molybdenum, which is stable as compared to the octadiol unit, which contain octadiol unit, which is stable than tetradiol unit of chromium. And what is heteropolyacid? Example of heteropolyacid: what are the heteroatoms present as a central atom in the heteropolyacids, and the then the what is the preparation of heteropolyacids, and after that we have seen the different types of reactions or properties of the heteropolyacid. So today we stop here, and in the next part we will discuss the structure and theories of heteropolyacids.